critics claim chaos in Trump ignore leaked F-bomb meltdown from Obama era. For all the hoopla over Michael Wolff's error-ridden book, there seems to be scant interest by anyone in the mainstream media over the upcoming release of a documentary that offers behind-the-scenes footage of former President Barack Obama's final year in office. Named The Final Year and directed by Greg Barker, the film gained a little bit of attention from the media last year when it first premiered at the Toronto International Film Festival. The Final Year will be released by Dogwoof in cinemas across the UK and Ireland on 19 January 2018, the date marking 1 year since Donald Trump was inaugurated as America's new president. The UK Independent, one of only a few outlets that mentioned the film, reported last November. It will likewise reportedly air in the United States later this year via HBO. Though only days now remain before the film appears in the UK, as of Wednesday only one media outlet had announced its imminent launch, the UK Daily Mail. Luckily for those in America and abroad interested in learning more about the film, the Daily Mail also provided a tantalizing rundown of the chaos that sometimes pervaded Obama's White House during his last year in office. Take the behavior of Ben Rhodes, Obama's deputy national security advisor for strategic communications. The Daily Mail notes that during one scene in the documentary, Rhodes explodes in rage at the bombing of a humanitarian convoy in Syria, apparently by the Russians or the Syrians, and says it is effing sick nobody is being held accountable for it. I believe Rhodes was referring to what happened in September of 2016. When Russian planes dropped bombs that destroyed a UN aid convoy in Syria, as reported at the time by The Guardian. And he was right about nobody being held accountable for it. The fact is, Obama frequently let Russian President Vladimir Putin and Syrian President Bashar Assad off the hook for their crimes against humanity. Of course, all that changed when President Donald Trump stepped into office the following year, but I digress. Interestingly, Samantha Power, Obama's ambassador to the UN, felt similarly about the administration's failures in Syria, reportedly saying she found it beyond frustrating and haunting that the administration couldn't do more. There's no issue where my thoughts and my feelings and ideas have made such a marginal impact on desperate people, she says in the documentary. Yeah, congratulations on being a complete failure, lady. What's even more fascinating than Rhodes and Power griping over the administration's failures is the feud that broke out between them over the tone of Obama's final address to the UN. Power says that she and Rhodes have a fundamentally different perspective about the world and that she thinks the 65 million refugees are a sign things are going in the wrong direction, the Daily Mail reported. Rhodes says that he sided with Obama in saying this was the best moment to be alive and says that Power felt that was potentially discordant with the mood. It sounds like it was beginning to dawn on Power that importing millions of low-skilled, potentially dangerous refugees into the West wasn't such a great idea after all. These are just a few of the examples of the chaos in Obama's White House. Sadly, to see the rest, Americans who aren't living in the UK will likely have to wait until HBO gets around to it, as nobody in the corrupt liberal media has any interest in exposing Obama's White House for themselves, and we all know why. Please share this story on Facebook and Twitter. Let us know what you think about the media's refusal to talk about this upcoming documentary.